Welcome to a sun meditation today. A sun meditation and some ascension affirmation messages. We're thankful for this sun meditation. We are thankful for this love manna. All the love that comes through the sun today. All the healing that comes through the sun today. What are the messages the Light Council would like to share today? What are the messages the Light Council would like to share today? Ooh, I feel very strongly. There's one. Okay. Sorry, this sound is kind of hypnotizing to me this morning. Yes. There's two and one last one. Just did a meditation with some music, with the music that I posted on my blog yesterday. Like a river. That's what I did the meditation to in the sun this morning. And then I went over my Thanksgiving list, which we'll talk about that. Thought about the holiday. And last, affirmation. Okay. Working with my affirmation cards today. These are the ones that I created. They're very small and cute. I'm going to be putting them for sale after I try them out, because there's 72 of them, and that's kind of a lot, and I haven't written a book to go with it, so we're just gonna, but anyway, that's what they look like, and then just put the affirmations on the other side. These are the affirmations that I wrote over this last 3-year period of awakening and this spiritual experience and everything. Anyway, let's see what we have today. Messages that we already received this week, still coming through. I understand now that the world... Oh, you guys can't see this. I forgot, because it works like a mirror. I understand now that the world mirrors my heart. Yeah, and that's so, because the meditation that if you listen to that meditation where she's singing, my heart flows like the river, and then we get this card, I understand now that the world mirrors my heart. It's a perfect way to start out this affirmation today, and since I've already channeled on this one, I'm just going to ask you to please refer to that channel. It's already up and already posted. This one is a message for someone today. I forgive myself for my decisions in the past. There's that. And then we're going to talk about that. And then the other one is embracing the part of myself who is afraid, confused, and uncertain. So the two affirmations that we have today. I forgive myself for decisions in the past. Yeah, we can be so hard on ourselves. I wrote that because we can be so hard on ourselves and almost give ourselves a sentence of I have to live out whatever it is I'm unhappy with in this moment, because I made these terrible decisions in the past and I have to live with my decisions. Forgiving yourself first is the only way to let the decisions in the past go. The decisions that you made in the past go. There's like an acknowledgement. Okay, it's coming through. They're saying there's an acknowledgement, and then a gentle responsibility. Take responsibility. Acknowledge that you made that decision. and that it had these consequences. Take the responsibility that it is yours. Nothing is anybody else's fault. It is your decision. And then if you feel that that decision was flawed in any way, forgive yourself for making that decision. That's what you did at the time. Everything is a flow. And so if you're not forgiving yourself for a decision that you've made in your past, for whatever reason, because you're the only one judging yourself, and everyone else judging you is a reflection of you judging yourself. Or of them judging themselves. But the judgments are still there, so forgive yourself for any bad decisions that you've made in the past, and let it go. Don't store that in your body. And feel the relief. I can feel the relief. I can already feel the relief of someone who is letting that go, who's letting some big decision that they made in the past that they're still suffering from in their heart. You can let that go. You can let that go. Nothing is stagnant. Nothing is stagnant. Nothing cannot be changed. Because you can always change, then everything else can always change. So forgive yourself for decisions in the past. Let go of that baggage. And yeah, I'm still feeling relief. I'm still feeling somebody's shoulders. And I can feel what I'm feeling as somebody is forgiving themselves for some decisions. I can just feel like this powdery ash falling off of me. Yeah, and I hear the music. I hear the music. My heart flows like a river. Let's let that go today. Okay. You're not stupid. I hear someone saying, I'm, talking to themselves. I hear someone else's self-talk, where first I hear denial, like there's nothing that I need to forgive myself for, any decisions that I need to take responsibility and acknowledge and forgive myself for. That doesn't apply to me. But then I hear your self-talk saying to yourself, you're so stupid for doing this. Or I hear someone telling themselves they're stupid. And that is exactly the self-talk that comes from having made decisions in the past, or even having held past beliefs that no longer serve you. You can let them go, forgive, let go, and change with the flow. Okay, this last one, embracing the part of myself who is afraid, confused, and uncertain. Because we tend to push those parts of ourselves down and away. We don't want to acknowledge the part of ourselves who is afraid for whatever reason. We're ashamed in this society of being afraid. We are ashamed of being confused. Why isn't it okay to be confused? And it's not. It seems that it's not okay to be uncertain. So we're going to gather back in the parts of ourselves that are hiding out in the back. The aspects of ourselves that are hiding out in the back who are afraid, confused, or uncertain. Because you think that they're not there, but when you are feeling that, they come out and they speak for you. You may find yourself saying things that aren't self-loving because we don't accept these aspects of ourselves who are afraid, confused and uncertain. Embrace these parts of yourself, these aspects of yourself, these characters of yourself. They're saying they're characters, and that you may see these characters reflected back to you in the people around you. And they are actually the parts of yourself who are afraid, confused, and uncertain. That's not what they're going to be showing you. They're going to be showing you defensiveness that affects you greatly, denial that affects you greatly, limitation that affects you greatly, powerful emotions that you can't stand being directed to you. That could be a character, an aspect of yourself being reflected back to you, someone who's afraid, confused, or uncertain. So when you pull those parts of yourself back in, to do that self-healing, then see yourself as a character on the side, like in the cartoons when you have the little angel on your shoulder, you have the little angel right here who's saying good things, you have the little angel right there, or the little devil right there saying bad things. Those are aspects and characters of ourself that we can use for self-healing. So you can be elaborate with it as you choose, or as simple as you choose, is just visualizing yourself as this character who is afraid of this certain thing. And then instead of feeling, and then feel compassion for that part of yourself and for that character, and bring them back into the fold. And give them that love that they need. Give them that calming that they need. Give them that self-talk that they need. The self-talk, it's okay that you don't know and that you're confused. Confusion is a stage of getting to knowing. You can't get to the knowing if you don't know the confusion part, right? How can we welcome the knowing if you don't know what the knowing isn't? If you can follow that, right? That's a journey. So if you're in the part of the journey that's confused, then that's where you're at. I mean, I'm sitting next to the highway. You can't get from here to Kansas unless you get to that, ugly part in between if you're driving, and that's just the part you're at, So there's no judgment about confusion. What they're saying is there is patience in confusion. To embrace patience in confusion, that's when you embrace patience with yourself. I'm patient with myself that I'm confused about this. It's okay to not know everything right now. That's the meditation that I'm hearing. That's the healing that you want to tell this character part of yourself. We don't have to be terrified for being in the confusion part of this journey. Yes, I'm still hearing music. Same with the afraid part. So you're going to embrace the part of yourself who's afraid. You're not going to be derogatory and blaming, and we're so hard on ourselves for being afraid. And we come off so defensive and so mean about it. And being afraid is natural because that's the way the society programmed us to be. It's a constant removal until the program is no longer there. And that takes love. If every day I'm afraid to go out in public because I don't want to feel everybody's emotions coming through mine, It is a real fear, and it doesn't matter if I had it 1,002 days ago and I've worked on it for 1,002 days. On the 1,003 day that I feel it, I don't have to be down on myself about it. I don't have to judge myself about it. That's just my own examples, you know. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, that you're ashamed of being, ashamed that you're afraid of that. Let's employ our self-talk and bring that character in. How are you going to bring that character into the fold? See, we're pulling in parts of ourselves. This is my perspective on emotional healing. Is that when you are harmed in such a way that your heart can't handle it, you may just stop right then and there. A part of your soul may just stop, and for your own protection from that pain, put it away in a character so that you can breathe and go on with the moment. So you have all of these characters or aspects of yourself that broke off through some kind of traumatic situation. Afraid, where you were confused, where you were uncertain, and because of those feelings you felt harmed. Those parts of yourself have broken off, perhaps, into these little characters of yourself who are always playing that role, and you don't even know they're there until you come across that emotion. That emotion flows through you of fear, and here that character comes out. You know, whoever your character is, she may be defensive and mean and judgmental. She may be very laughing everything off. Ha, ha, ha. I don't know. You know yourself. You know your character that comes out when they're afraid. And then the other you can go back and let the character take care of that. But then you never grow, and it's just a pattern. So when you embrace what this is about, embrace the part of yourself who is afraid, confused, and uncertain, then you're pulling in your characters because we are ascending. These characters protected us and helped us to get through. But now we're pulling ourselves together. We're literally collecting our aspects and we're healing them, so that we can become one and take it all to another level. And then we don't need those characters anymore because they're healed and they're gone. And then when we cross those emotions again, your characters don't come out. You just flow. You just flow like a river. You just flow like a river. You don't store those emotions. You don't store any judgments. You don't have them anymore. That's what this is about. This is about emotional healing today. So understand that the world mirrors your heart. Please visit that video again for me, because that's what's coming up for you today. It's coming up for you today from the guides and angels on your ascension path. I forgive myself for my decisions in the past. Yeah. I made some decisions in the past that were they're affecting me. They affected my entire life right now. And I accept them. I've gotten to the point now where I can accept them. Not without laying on the floor crying in the backyard under the moonlight. Many nights about those decisions. But anyway, and this is how emotional healing occurs. And once I did that, once I forgave myself, then all the blessings that were being given to me in that experience then came through, are now coming through. I'm just now experiencing with such a joyfulness, and it feels like miracles. When it all comes around and you can see the whole of it all, it feels like miracles. How did I do that? By this last card, embracing the part of myself who is afraid, confused, and uncertain. I'm talking about myself because I can't talk about you guys or anybody else. This is from my perspective, from my world, from Light World. And my hope is that in sharing that with you, then you can do the same in your world. So yeah, well, don't be afraid to baby yourself, because the characters that we created, the aspects of ourselves that we created to protect ourselves during that time, they're all at different ages, you know. So if you were abused as a child at the age of whatever, then that character may be that age. They may still be 5. They may not have grown from being 5. And so when you find yourself in a situation that threatens that emotion or brings that emotion back up, you may find yourself coming out acting like a 5-year-old, stomping your feet or whatever it is, or you may be having panic attacks. So then speak to this character when you bring them in to love them, and you bring them in to collect yourself as the one, so that you can rise in ascension. Then baby them and parent them. So if I have a 5-year-old who was harmed when she was 5 inside of me, and she comes out when I'm experiencing emotions that bring that character out, she's going to act like a 5-year-old when she's upset. So I'm going to treat her I'm going to parent her and bring her in and love her so that she knows that it's okay. And whatever I needed at that time to emotionally heal myself, I'm going to give to myself now. And bring her in. And bring all your characters in. Why am I doing this? I'm bringing them in under my wing like a chickadee. You know, that's how you got to heal your soul. Bring in your aspects and heal them. And only you know what your aspects need in order to be healed. So give that to them. Lovingly. Give that to them. As if you were their angel. Give that to them. And that's how you heal parts of yourself. That's soul healing. Soul retrieval, soul healing, whatever you want to call it. Those are your ascension messages. Ascension messages for the day. I know this is going to be a weird video, but I just wanted to, as far as the views and all, I'm in my car, this. I don't know what you can see, can't see. But I'm here with you. And thanks for joining me. Appreciate you all. Have a great day. Have a great day.